Hi, my name is Kavita Bedford and I'm the author of Friends and Dark Shapes. It's my first novel and it's set in Sydney and very much about memory and place. I grew up reading a lot of novels when I was younger that were sort of coming of age novels set in the great cities of the world: London, Paris, New York, Dublin. And they informed so much my own sensibility, and part of writing this novel was wanting to write a novel that was set in Sydney and a letter to Sydney as well. The book is about a group of young people who are in their late 20s and they're living in a share house, and then they're in this kind of extended adolescence. And they're grappling with a lot of issues around desire, divisive politics, dating culture, growing up second generation in Australia, and also trying to grapple and understand what it actually means to be relevant in this generation. The book is very much about Sydney and its suburbs and the specificities of this place, but it's also a universal book. It's about grief. The narrator has recently lost her father, and she's trying to explore and understand what loss means to her in a city. Many of us who've grown up in big cities, know what it's like to contend with grief. We come across a lot of people in our day-to-day lives who have all lost in very different ways. And the book explores strangers and conversations with Uber drivers and cafe owners and shopkeepers who have lost in some small ways and some in very large ways. And when you're living in a place where you're also dealing with issues of migration and people coming from across the world, we have very, very different things all rubbing up against each other. And I wanted to explore that, and also what it means to listen. As the narrator goes through the city, she's listening to a lot of conversations coming from people. And at a time when all of us have had our empathy so extended and overextended, what does it actually mean to take the time out to listen to a stranger and really take on their moment of loss? The book is also about growing up in a city and the landmarks. What does it mean to actually be able to walk down a street and see the places where you fell in love, or the places where you had your first kiss, or where you lost or gained a friendship? And I wanted to look at that, but also what does it mean when a city's changing right before your eyes? And we're all dealing with elements of nostalgia as well, of a place that used to be. And what does it mean to look forward into a place that currently is, and our own identity in that? I was just going to read a short excerpt from the book. Grief is invisible. It is like an ice-cold sliver of dread that wakes you up every morning, that no amount of clothes can warm up. Grief catches me at unsuspecting moments and times, on this street, in that shop, in a turn of phrase, in this memory. It seeps into the grooves and cracks of a place. It doesn't obey a linear arc, it ducks and weaves. It dwells in the past, and as time moves forward, I find myself seeking refuge and solace, escaping into memories of growing up, when the city felt familiar, like a friend, instead of this changing landscape with its new demands.